Good morning, good evening, and good day. Welcome to Global E-commerce Experts webinar series. Today, another episode in the series. An exciting topic today, something that's relevant to all. Where some of our webinars are specific to different sellers, there's absolutely no doubt that marketing tips to grow internationally on Amazon is valid for every single person who is selling online, even if you're not on Amazon. So super excited to see how we can help all sellers to successfully expand into Europe. So welcome you. Many of you will know me. My name is Ricky Hooker. I'm the general manager here at Global E-commerce Experts, and I'm intrinsically involved in the expansion of selling businesses into the EU and UK. Today, we're excited to be joined by Mike Begg from AMZadvisers. Mike has a wealth of experience in expanding sellers. You can see there from the slide, an entrepreneur and expert in all kinds of e-commerce and digital marketing. Mike, thanks, welcome, and really appreciate you joining us.
Ricky, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here today and just share more of my knowledge around growing on the Amazon marketplace with your audience.
Okay, so let's take a look at the agenda. We're going to talk about content optimization. We're going to talk about promoting reviews on other channels, Amazon advertising, and then finally that big topic of influencer marketing. Let's take a quick look at where this fits on Global E-commerce Experts' very well-trodden 6-step guide to expansion. For anyone who frequents our webinars regularly, you'll know that this is a well-trodden path for GE. We'll talk to you about each of these different elements of the matrix all the way through in terms of your expansion journey from compliance through to ultimate fulfillment. Today's episode fits bang straight in the middle. This is promotion of your account. And Mike's going to give you some real good nitty insight into how you can go about improving the promotion of your listings and your capacity. So, Mike, let's kick it off. I'm really excited to get some notes going, so I'm going to be listening avidly as well to find out what's going on here. But let's leave it with you to see how we can help optimize these sellers.
Fantastic. Yes, I'm excited to get started here. So. There are a number of different factors that go into being successful on the Amazon platform. I would say that the number one way is understanding how the Amazon ranking algorithm works. And it works, well, no one knows exactly how it works, but the main way that it does work is by ranking products that are most relevant to customer searches. And how is relevancy established? It's established by the content that you have on your Amazon product pages. Is established by the number of conversions you're getting when a customer searches for a specific search term. So a common example I'll use is a dog bed. If you are getting a lot of conversions on the search term dog bed and you are hopefully selling a dog bed, that means that your product is going to show up higher within the Amazon ranking. So coming into content optimization as the foundation and identifying where those keywords need to be. We have the SEO, we have the product titles, the keywords, what you want to include there, how you want to make your images and video actually look on your page so that your product listing page stands out. And then finally, adding in APlus Content, which we're also going to talk about today. You just go on to the next one. So the first one is really creating the SEO content. So how do we make your product rank the best or index the best within the Amazon platform? So the things we want to optimize for is relevancy and visibility. So how can we make it as easy as possible for customers to find your product? And how do we use the right keywords that are make your product relevant to the search terms that they're searching? All of that is going to lead to the optimal number of conversions. That's going to help you increase your organic visibility over time. And then just generate more free sales that are coming that way. You're going to go through an extensive keyword research phase. You're going to be looking at competitors' products, seeing what keywords they're using. You're also going to be using your own advertising data to pull some keyword ideas out there. All of that is going to come into the content that you're going to be creating. the main keywords you're going to be using are going to be in the product title. So whatever that main keyword you're trying to rank for, you want to make sure it's in the title. That is one of the best ways to signal to Amazon that this is what my product is relevant for. And then from there, they're going to place it for other things that are relevant. So the aspects that go into the title are obviously your brand, your products, maybe a key feature, maybe a color or size variation or a quantity variation, so they know exactly what they're getting. Using the title to clearly state what the product is, as well as containing that main keyword, is extremely important. You do not want to be stuffing the title with keywords. That is not going to help you improve your ranking or anything. Focusing on those aspects and creating a good, clean title that lets the customer know exactly what the product is and lets Amazon know exactly what the product is the best way to start your SEO. Through the rest of the listing, you are going to use your keywords. You're going to use them within your bullet points. The next most important keywords are going to go within your bullet points. Beyond that, product description is the next most important. And then on the back end, where you actually have your search term, that is where you're going to use the rest of the keywords. You do not need to use phrases. You can use individual keywords that can be deduplicated, so you don't need to use the keyword multiple times in the different sections of your listing. Amazon will actually combine wherever the keywords are within your listing to rank your products or index you for whatever the search term is and whatever you're getting conversions on. Again, the goal here is to have the right copy to entice the customer to buy. What we always focus on while we're talking about on-platform is talking more to the features or the benefits actually that the customer is going to have from purchasing your product. Product features typically aren't as important or don't influence customer purchase behavior as much. Talking about how the product's actually going to benefit their lives is going to give you a better return when you're writing your copy, especially your bullet points, and calling out what the benefit they're receiving from the product is. And then outside of Amazon, if you're going to be using off-platform promotion, you want to make sure you have the right call to actions. Again, calling out what the features are, asking them to get the product now or get access to the product now or get whatever it is. CTAs are extremely important when you're talking about marketing outside of Amazon and actually bringing traffic into the platform. So all of that will help contribute to getting your product indexed, getting the content the best, getting it ranked well. Go to the next one. And then finally, moving on to the images. So within your images, we think it's extremely important to actually call out a lot of the main benefits that your product is giving the end customer as well. We recommend using a clean main image, and then on the additional images within your listing, talking more about those benefits. When a customer is searching on mobile, which is about 42% of all searches on the Amazon platform, first thing they're going to see is the product images. Attention spans are extremely short, so being able to capture that quickly in the images, call out those benefits, is how you're going to get your listings to convert the best. And then additionally, using videos can also help increase your conversion rates. It can allow the customer to picture how the product will actually look within their home. It can also allow you to explain features of the product that maybe need a more in-depth explanation. And all of that is going to help your products convert more over time and just do better on the Amazon platform. The next part of that is obviously the APlus content. If you are using APlus content to replace your product descriptions, you're going to want to make sure that you have some other aspects within there. The advantage of using APlus content is that you typically are going to have, go to the next one, we are typically going to have higher conversion rates. It can lead to reduced return rates if we're using our APlus content in the right way to explain the benefits or the proper way to use the product for the end consumer. All of that will help reduce those issues. It could lead to a better return on your advertising. It could also lead to creating different language variations depending on the marketplace that you're going into. When you're going international, obviously the easiest way for most US-based sellers, or Canadian-based sellers, or UK-based sellers is to go to the other English marketplaces. Australia, US, Canada, UK, all of those are big marketplaces right now. India is a growing marketplace, and English is one of the languages. However, there are a lot of other languages that are used in that marketplace as well. And the way that Amazon actually does the translations in those marketplaces is a little bit different than they do for the other European or North American marketplaces. Again, within the APlus content, you're going to have different modules. You're going to be able to customize these modules to get what you want. There's a few different ways that we recommend doing your APlus content. One would be to explain product features. Another would be to talk about your brand or why someone should consider your brand. If you have a brand that is possibly selling consumables, or you're trying to get a lifetime customer to actually purchase your product, come back and purchasing, you might want to talk about your brand features or your brand story within your content. So the way that you actually create your APlus content is really going to be based on what the goal is for your brand and what your goal is for growing on the platform. And moving on to the next topic we're going to be talking about is an example, actually, of what an APlus content looks like, how we break it down. These are all the different individual modules that you can see. Different aspects we're calling out. In this one, we are calling out a product. Again, talking about the brand, trying to get a consumer to purchase the product more than once because it's consumable, it's a food product. That's the way we kind of structure this example. And the other big thing that you need to consider when selling on Amazon is how are you going to get your reviews? How are you going to get people to actually talk about your product? Social proof is one of the best ways to increase your conversion rates on the Amazon platform. And it's something that you really need to start doing from the start as you're growing on the platform. Amazon actually has a term for this. It's called retail readiness. Retail readiness means that you have all your content optimized, but you also have about 15 reviews. That's what Amazon says is the optimal amount of social proof for your product to really do well. And then once it comes to actually we have two real options here, external promotion or internal promotion. Internal promotion, the main ways that we're going to generate the actual reviews for our products is going to be through the Amazon Vine program. That's really how we're going to start getting them. External promotion, we're going to want to start generating more reviews from possible email lists or from other platforms that we've been selling on, trying to get more people to leave reviews on Amazon and start getting us going that way. Can we go to the next slide, please? And now, once we have those reviews, obviously we want to start moving into Amazon advertising. This is really where we're going to be talking about the internal promotion, how you're going to be growing your brand on the Amazon platforms, and what options you have for actually scaling. So within the suite of advertising tools that Amazon has, you have a variety of different features. You have Amazon Attribution, which allows you to track off-platform traffic to Amazon. Amazon DSP, which allows you to create a lot of programmatic advertising, typically a higher-end advertising tactic that a lot of beginning sellers are not going to use. Amazon Live, which is live streaming video within the platform. That is a new feature in the US that I expect to see more and more in other marketplaces that you'll be able to leverage to start growing. Amazon Posts, again, available in the US right now, but that will expand more. Sponsored brands, sponsored displays, sponsored products, stores, video ads, all of that is going to help you to market your products within the platform. With our stores, again, you're going to want to talk a lot to your brand there. That is the experience for you to have a brand presence on the Amazon platform, how to get people to your store, explain your brand, what they are, what it is, what the products are, making sure it speaks to potential cultural differences. Obviously, if we're going into certain marketplaces internationally, we may want to consider what the population is. If we're selling a food product, maybe there's dietary restrictions that may not make a product as popular in a certain marketplace. It's just one example. So we may want to edit our storefront based on the marketplace we're going on to for what is actually, what the customs or what the local traditions are for that marketplace we're going into. Start advertising, obviously need to be a professional seller account. And then there's a few restrictions that Amazon actually has when it comes to the types of products that you can advertise. For example, you cannot be advertising adult products on the platform. That is not something that you're going to want to do. It's definitely going to create problems for you. So it's good to avoid that. Going to the next examples that we're going to be going through is the different types of advertising campaigns and how you want to leverage them. So sponsored products, this is the most common advertising that you're going to have as an Amazon seller. With these types of ads, what you're going to be focused on is trying is really that bottom of the funnel. How are you going to get customers who are actually searching for a product to purchase your product? Sponsored product have a few different placements within Amazon. One of them is at the top of search results page. Some of them is in the middle of search result pages, some at the bottom, and some on the product detail pages. All of these are going to be either automatic or keyword or product targeting ad types. Automatics are going to take the content that you have. So this is why the content is so important. The automatic ads are going to place them everywhere for you to actually maximize your visibility on the platform. The manual keywords are what we're going to use to actually improve our organic ranking or start driving more conversions. So after we've run these automatic ads, we've seen what we're getting sales on. We're really going to start wanting to push that through our manual ads to generate more sales with a phrase or an exact match. So we're spending a specific amount of money on those keywords. The more conversions that we get on those keywords we're advertising, the more relevant we are going to be within Amazon's eyes, and that's going to help our product show up more on the platform. So that's really going to be one important way to start leveraging your manual sponsored product campaigns. Sponsored brands is moving into the next step. If you're a brand registered with the Amazon platform, sponsored brands is another way to maximize your visibility. It's also available in every marketplace now, which gives you a great opportunity to expand your brand reach. Amazon has focused more and more over the past few years on making brands more important within the platform. So sponsored brands is a great opportunity there. Likewise, you can also do manual targeting here. So those keywords that we want to rank for, that we want to be the most relevant for, we're going to want to use those within our sponsored products. We're also going to want to align those keywords with our sponsored brands so we have consistent branding. And when everything's going well, there's many times where a customer will come to your page and they're going to see your sponsored brand ad at the top, your sponsored product ads in the initial placements, and then your product there in organic placements. That's really how you want to be able to dominate a category or dominate a search results page. That's going to lead to the most sales for your brand over time. A new feature of sponsored brands as well is also sponsored brand video. That's another great way to talk to a consumer and engage them with a video ad, call out the main benefit of your product, or call out a feature of the product that might be interesting to them, get them to come to the product detail page, and that's just how you get that customer discovery journey going. I mean, this is a higher funnel tactic using sponsored brands, but getting them to the page, getting them to become more familiar with your brand is how you're actually going to start growing over time. And then the final type is sponsored display. There's a few placements on product detail pages for sponsored display, as well as other placements throughout the platform. There's limited availability for sponsored display ads, but sponsored display allows you to do product targeting or audience targeting. With audience targeting, we're talking very much at the top end of the funnel. We're targeting audiences that may be interested in our product. We're starting to get them into our sales funnel, which we're building out with our sponsored brand and sponsored product ads. We're maximizing our brand visibility, and then we're trying to bring as many people into the brand. And we can also do views remarketing, so we can remarket to people that have viewed our sponsored display products as well. Next slide. Again, these are the marketplaces that are available. So once you have your Amazon account and you're moving internationally, you can open up advertising accounts in all of these marketplaces. However, some marketplaces will not have access to all the ad types. Like I said, sponsored display, it is not available in every marketplace yet. So that's the one thing you want to consider. The last thing we're going to talk about, and this is more related to the US marketplace, however, it is growing overall in using Amazon's influencer aspects. There are three options you have: Amazon Influencer Program, Amazon Live, and Amazon Posts. Amazon Influencer Program is essentially an extension of Amazon Associates, which was their referral program or their affiliate program. Amazon pays commission to any influencer that is marketing your product or marketing a product on the platform on their social media channels. It helps bring more people to the Amazon platform, so that's kind of the exchange they're making there. You, as a brand owner, can also work with a lot of these influencers to get your product featured. One way to do that would be to get onto the storefronts of multiple stores. This is an example on the right of what a store would look like. It will essentially, once your product is featured there, this influencer can send as much traffic to their own personalized storefront. They can find their product there. They can help drive sales for your brand. That's one way to start getting people that are interested in, or that might be in your affinity groups that you want to be targeting, or the type of audiences that you think will be good for your product. Reaching out to influencers within there, getting them to join the Amazon influencer program, or getting onto the platform, or getting onto their storefront if they're already in the Amazon influencer program, is one way to start driving traffic. And again, this is available in the US now. However, this will start being rolled out across all the other platforms, which is going to be a good way to start growing more internationally and reach new audiences. The next program is Amazon Live, which is actually live streaming. And again, this is only available in the US right now. But live streaming is essentially, a TV shopping network. It's someone promoting a product, explaining what the product is. You can do this in a couple different ways. You can either have an influencer that is already doing Amazon live streaming through their own account, promote your product. They will get paid from Amazon for sales that they generate for your product. And in the past, we've worked with a lot of other influencers to help figure out a partnership with some of our clients' brands where their products will be promoted, and then we work out a way to increase that promotion outside of Amazon as well as within the platform. As the other option is essentially to run your own live streams where you could promote your own products, or you could have an influencer come onto your own live stream and promote your product. In that instance, you'd actually be able to boost your product as well, or boost your live stream so that you can maximize the visibility with additional advertising to reach as many people as possible. And then finally, the last one is Amazon Posts, which is still in beta, however, it is being rolled out more and more. Amazon Posts are opportunities to reach customers that are searching either on a mobile phone or looking at your storefront, seeing the type of content you're putting out. The way that we always recommend using Amazon Posts is to pretty much duplicate what you're doing on your Instagram account or duplicate what you're doing on social media, putting out similar content so it gives a consistent branding feeling across your marketplace, across your different sales channels, and across the marketplaces that you're selling on. Is a great way to maximize your visibility. It also gives you a lot of free traffic to your listings, which can lead to additional sales once you have your listings optimized. And yeah, that is more or less what I have to cover on the 4 different aspects of Amazon. I know that was a lot there. I could go in depth on these for a long time, but I believe we have a few questions, so I do want to make sure we have enough time for those.
Wow, there's a lot of content there, and I think in some ways it'd be interesting to understand for sellers who are growing internationally.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, those sellers have their stuff dialed in their home country, and they've had some success, and then from that point they would then start moving forward and say, okay, well, I've got it dialed in the US, I've got it dialed in the UK, and I to expand to another market. So in those situations, typically they have a good broad-based knowledge of how to grow their Amazon business. They've been successful. For sellers who are one step back from that, and they're growing their business from the get-go, they can't use an agency. They can't engage the services of Mike Begg. What do they do? What will be your kind of top tips for the basics of optimization? That's done by the seller themselves. What are the quickest and easiest wins in terms of optimization?
I mean, the easiest thing you can do on your own is really get into the keyword research and start creating better content. I mean, you don't need to work with an agency to create good content. You just have to have a good process for doing keyword research. I would always recommend trying to scrape your competitor listings to get the keywords that you want to rank for, that they're ranking for right now, and incorporating those into your product copy. Working with a graphic designer can then help you call out those features into the images. Those will make the listings look better. It'll get your conversion rates going better, and that is the first step to starting to expand. Once you have your conversion rates going, then you can really start focusing on the advertising. And where I always start from that point would be start with automatic campaigns. The way that I recommend splitting them up is one for each bid type. So one for close match, one for loose match, one for substitutes, one for complements. And that's going to give you a lot of data From there, you can really focus on where am I getting the best return on my advertising dollars, where can I focus spending more money on, and how can I start growing from there. And that process is replicable on any of the Amazon marketplaces you're going to.
Thank you. Question here surrounding automation software for your ads. Your thoughts on manual over automated provision for that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I would say that automation is good. Automation can help, but the more that you try to automate things with your ads, the more the person that is managing that automation needs to be aware of what they're doing. They need to be more knowledgeable. They need to be better off. There's a lot of solutions that say it's just start running the ads. Oh, it's going to go. You're going to get the results you want. We've used a lot of those solutions for our clients, and we know that's not true. I mean, if you're not paying attention, something could happen where you're getting a result that you're not intending to get. I think the benefit of using automation is really for keyword harvesting. I think that's a great use of automation. I think another good use is bid automation or bid management, where you can create your own rules. There's a lot of different tools out there where you can have that automatically done based on your own rules so you can get the results you want. I think just assuming that you can use automation and it's going to fix everything or solve all your problems is wrong. It's probably going to lead you to be more frustrated with the results you're getting on the platform than anything.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. Assuming sellers are growing internationally and therefore adding additional countries, what are the differences that you need to be aware of in terms of, you talked very slightly in terms of cultural differences, but what are the differences that you need to be aware of in terms of using ads and promoting on more than one country? If you were targeting, for instance, a goal was to add the UK, is there anything specific there beyond language that you would need to be aware of?
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of the compliance aspects when you're getting your account set up. Language is an extremely important one. The way that we spell things, the vocabulary we use between American English and British English is obviously very different. Those are huge aspects that you need to be aware of. Consumer preferences, I think, is another good one. So in the US, I would say that customers that are purchasing products in the US are very used to Amazon Prime now. They're very used to getting their product within 2 days. I think that's a little bit different in other marketplaces. I have a lot of clients in the UK where we're still using fulfillment by merchants. So they're still sending the product from their inventory, and their conversion rates are still great on the Amazon platform. There hasn't been as much of a push from the consumers to get their products FBA, to get it in a certain amount of days. So I think that's one big difference between a lot of countries is shipping expectations. And it could be dependent on a lot of factors, including the size of the country, depending on the other options available. So I think that's a good example of something you need to consider about when you're moving into new marketplaces.
Well, it's interesting that you touched on that there in terms of compliance, because of course, where optimization in terms of marketing comes within our 6-step expansion guide very much in the middle. Before that's happened, there's a kind of an assumption that the seller has got in control of their compliance, their tax regulation, they've got stock within that marketplace to be able to do that. So it's interesting that each one of those components really kind of knocks onto the other. When you without the compliance, you can't sell your products, and having products in the marketplace, there's no point in optimizing. And so that it really kind of illustrates that the journey that you would go through to grow your brand internationally, and using these tips is what I'm sure for a lot of people be exceptionally useful. Final question here is just some tips on getting started with influencers, insofar as how to begin approaching influencers, typical costs, just so the inside track on influencers.
Yeah, so the way we've been approaching influencers within the Amazon platform is in the US, a lot of British brands that we're bringing to the US market, we've been using Amazon Live a lot with them. It's a good way to kind of maximize that brand reach. It creates social proof, creates the opportunity within the platform for that video to be found as well, so other consumers can see it in the future. They can see how it works. It's a real life example. There's a lot of really great benefits to that. What we've been going about doing is going to the Amazon Live webpage on Amazon, going through the live streams that are going on right now, and actually reaching out to the individual people that are doing the live streams, or the influencers that are doing the live streams. They're typically going to be the ones that are the most comfortable on camera. It's going to be the easiest for them to actually explain the product if they like the product. And then from there, we've been reaching out on other channels to get in touch with them, primarily Instagram, but they may have other social media channels or emails that we may need to reach out with to really coordinate there. So kind of reverse engineering the process, going through what we're seeing on Amazon Live, and then reaching out to them on their other platforms to start having that conversation of, hey, would you want to try our product? Are you interested in an influencer relationship to help us grow our brand visibility? And things like that. That's kind of the process we've been taking right now.
And typically, I'm sure there's a big range in terms of but typically, what would someone spend on a campaign like that?
I mean, there's a very wide range there. It would depend on who the influencer is, how big their audience is, how much it's going to be promoted. Whether you're also going to be boosting the live stream, because if you're boosting the live stream, that's also providing additional benefit to them. So, they earn they earn commission for every sale they generate during their live stream. So there's a revenue incentive there, as well as whatever you might be paying them. So that's one thing you want to consider, as well as giving them the product for free. So there are a lot of benefits that the influencer can receive there. And because of that, the pricing may not be as crazy as you think. If you're going to look beyond the Amazon platform and you want them to be promoting it on their own channels as well, then you're really going to need more of a budget for it. But I think we've done a lot of live streams for some of our clients, anywhere in the range from about $800 to $1,000 per live stream. And yeah, that's really how it's worked out for a lot of our clients so far.
Okay, excellent. And then finally, great question here. Just your thoughts on the ratio that you could expect from if you were launching products into a new marketplace as in a new country, what kind of ratio you would expect to convert in terms of advertised sales to organic sales with with a fully optimized listing?
Yeah, that's tough. That would also depend on. That depends a lot on the competition, how well your listings are built as well. Those are both extremely important factors. Within the US, that ratio is going to be a lot tougher to start. You're probably going to be looking at 90% advertising sales, 10% organic to start, and over time that will start to improve. In a lot of foreign marketplaces where the competition maybe isn't as great yet, or maybe there isn't as much demand for your product, you may see a more balanced approach. We have clients that launch in some marketplaces, they start selling right off the bat organically. I would expect closer to 50-50, the ratio between ad to organic sales in a lot of marketplaces that aren't as competitive as the US.
Cool. Okay. Well, that was a curveball question right at the end there. Thank you for that one. So listen, how can people can't get in touch with you if they are interested in getting more information about AMZadvisers?
For sure. Well, the best place to get in touch with me is directly in my email. It's mike@amzadvisers.com. You can also reach out to our website, AMZadvisers.com, if you're interested in speaking with us more. Or you can give me a phone call directly. My number there, 203-610-0235. Those are the best ways to get in touch with us. And like I said, we're glad to help any brand that's looking to expand more, or at least answer questions for them on any doubts or concerns they may have.
Well, the whole idea of these webinars, as well as to inform the audience, is to make sure that we can spread as much knowledge to grow sellers and succeeding their businesses as possible. So I hope that everyone watching, listening has an opportunity to connect with Mike's channels, and likewise the Global E-commerce channel experts channels. We are here to expand your business online of every aspect as a one-stop shop for compliance, tax, fulfillment, and account management. So that leaves me just to say thank you very much to Mike. That was a really in-depth and strong look at the ways in which we will go about growing. I hope everyone got a good use from that. Please do join us again. Please connect to us on our different channels, and I look forward to hearing and seeing your questions again in the future. Mike, thank you so much, and to all the listening, thank you as well.
Thank you, Ricky.